Hi guys, I'm Grace from Design Sponge, and I'm coming to you from my bedroom in Brooklyn, New York. It's Sunday evening. It's the first day after I've been to ICFF, which is the International Contemporary Furniture Fair. It's a huge, exciting design fair that happens in New York City every year, and usually I come home with my head bursting with ideas and buzzing with all sorts of new techniques and ideas and materials I've never seen before, and I get really excited. And this year I came home and I was just crazy disappointed. I felt like I didn't see anything that made me excited or hopeful or, I don't know, curious. And I think that what I love most about design shows is coming home wondering how people did things and if that's going to inspire me to do something in my own house. And I don't think there was even a tiny bit of that after coming home from the show. And it might sound a little harsh, but I think that I'm feeling these things and feeling the need to talk about them because I know that the American design community is so much stronger than this. And I have never been prouder to be a part of this community, and I know that there are really amazing people doing great things out there. But I didn't see a lot of them at the show this year. And I wanted to talk about that and whether or not that had to do more with the show format or the state of the design community, and I wanted to get your feedback on that. So before I dive into that, I wanted to break down really quickly what the biggest issues for me were with ICFF. The first one was the safety. I feel like people really played to retail this year and decided to just do sort of status quo work. There was a lot of live edge tables with really colorful metal bases, which are pretty. I mean, I like walnut plus a colorful wooden or a colorful metal base as much as everybody else, but it looks like everything else. And after seeing it for 20 booths in a row, I just don't want to see any more of it. And it doesn't feel interesting and it doesn't feel innovative. And I know it's what sells right now. And I don't want to begrudge any designer a successful company and, the income that they need to keep doing what they do. But for me, ICFF is about really pushing yourself further and not only showing the things that are safe, but showing things that are experiments and that maybe are still prototypes and things that are, showing that you're taking risks and doing things that are a little bit edgy. And that wasn't there this year. So that sort of level of safety and lack of really pushing people, it wasn't there, and it was really disappointing. The second thing I saw a lot of was copying. People copying people who were three rows over from them, and people copying people who were big hits at last year's show. And there's just no place for that in a huge professional design show, and it was really disappointing to see so much of that so all over the place. The other thing that I was really surprised by was the buzz and excitement around reissued Eames era furniture. And I love the Eames as much as the next girl, but I don't want that to be the biggest buzz that comes out of a contemporary furniture show. It doesn't make any sense to me. I love the Eames, but I really want to come home talking about something that a 25-year-old designer did that's exciting and innovative and new and cool. And that's not something that was issued in the 50s. It doesn't work for me. The other thing I was really disappointed in was to see people using digital printing as sort of a cop out. And I think that digital printing is awesome, whether it's in fabric or wallpaper or people printing and etching directly into plastic or wood. And that's a technique that's fantastic, but it's a technique that needs to be used with purpose. And I saw a lot of people using it, I think, for the sake of using it, and that's no fun. I think design should be about purpose, and you should create something because something inside you as an artist tells you that that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be about just using a certain technique because that's what everybody else is doing. So I saw a lot of that, and when you put all that together and put that on top of the fact that this show is usually really exciting, it was kind of a letdown. And I came home and I got on Twitter and was talking about some of my reactions to the show, and I started to get a lot of responses that made a lot of sense, most of which were about the people who were doing this innovative work not being able to afford to be at shows like ICFF. And it made me wonder, is that entire fair format obsolete? Does the design fair community need to change to reflect the current state of the independent community? And I think that there's a way for big, huge design houses with tons of money to coexist with independent people, but it's not going to happen at a show where it costs, thousands and thousands of dollars to have a booth. And I'm not sure what the solution to that is. I don't know if the solution is to have more small design fairs. A part of me started to think maybe design fairs should have a digital component, and maybe they should be, and there should be an earlier version of the show that happens, where people can upload videos about their process and their work and photographs, and then maybe there's a juried competition and people choose from this online version of the fair, and maybe 10 people from that get free booths at a big show. I just think that there's got to be a way to celebrate the people who are really not afraid to push the limits and give them a platform as big as ICFF. So I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Did you like ICFF this year? Were you disappointed in it? Did you go? Do you care? Do you think that these design shows are totally out of the loop and it doesn't matter anymore and it's all happening online and it's all happening in indie shows? I really want to know where you guys think innovative design is happening and how we can give innovative design a bigger platform to make their businesses happen, because innovation and cutting edge, all of that sort of exciting things that are happening with designers, they need a platform too, and they deserve a large design show where, furniture buyers and interior designers and the people that have the money that can sort of keep their businesses afloat can come see them and can come support them. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'd love to hear if you were disappointed, and if not, tell me what you thought was awesome. I thought the Design Boom Mart was amazing this year. It's always full of fun, really out there ideas. I bought these little ginkgo leaf notebook pad paper. It's like a post-it note except in the shade of a ginkgo. I know, it's totally silly, but I thought it was really fun, and that's what was missing from the show this year. I wanted to be able to laugh and to smile and to wonder about something and figure out how it was put together and touch things, and everything was really big and boring and blah this year, and that's just not what I think of American design, and I know that it's so much better than that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please feel free to share them. I'd love to have video responses if you guys are up for it. If not, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys thought of the show and hear your ideas about maybe the future of design fairs and the future of design shows in general, because I know that you guys are in touch with this community and you care about it just as much as I do. So I would love to hear your thoughts, and thanks for listening, and I'll see you around at the shows.